Okay, how long were you using meth?
4 years.
Why did you start using?
Well, my best friend at the time, he started doing it, and he started doing it with this guy that he became friends with, and then, I became friends with, but I didn't really know what it was. They kept trying to get me to do it, a few times before, and, I had seen them doing it, and they were trying to explain it to me, but I didn't really know what it was. And at that time, my friend, he could get me to do a lot of stuff, and, after a while, he's just like, come on, just do it, don't be a dick, you'll like it. And I did it, and I liked it, so that's why I kept doing it.
I really wish you didn't say dick right now. Go on.
Anyways, next question.
Okay, you were using for 4 years. How did you stop using? How many times were you in rehab?
Well, first time, I didn't really go to rehab the first time. First time, my parents found out I was doing it, and then, they found out, and then a couple months later, because I told them, oh, I'm not doing it anymore, but I was, obviously, and, they were just like, enough's enough, and, I quit my job without telling them, and then I woke up one morning, and it was, my aunt, my uncle, my mom, my dad, and they pretty much put me on house arrest, and, every morning for, a month straight, I would wake up at, 6 o'clock in the morning and be picked up by my uncle and, go just hang out at their house under watch, and, couldn't have friends over, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything, and was just basically on house arrest for a month.
How many times did you relapse? Why do you think you relapsed?
Well, to be honest, I can't even tell you how many times I relapsed.
Why did you relapse?
Why did I relapse? Multiple reasons. Just giving in, just justifying my drug use, just, convincing myself in my head, no, it's okay, I'll just do this, or just not wanting to feel what I was feeling. The withdrawals were just too hard, or there was just times where, I relapsed because I literally could not, I had to keep doing it if I wanted to keep my job. I was a busser at a place in, I don't really want to say where, but I was a busser at a restaurant, and, I was a busser trainer, and I was the best busser there, but there's a reason why, because, kind of, you work pretty good on that stuff, but, there was one time where I wasn't able to get any, and, they sent me home, because I just, 2 days after not doing that, I was worthless, just dead to the world, so, I had to keep doing it if I wanted to keep my job.
Okay, would you say you were chemically dependent?
Yes.
And do you think the rehab worked for you? What made you stop? How did you stop?
Well, first time I went to rehab was in February of 2006, and I went to a place in Temecula called A Better Tomorrow, and I went there for 28 days, and I did all the stuff they told me to do, I did all my stuff in there, and I went to the meetings and stuff while I was there, but when I went home, I didn't change anything. I just went back to my same job, started hanging out with my old friends again, and sure enough, I relapsed 10 days after I got home.
So you just didn't want to stop then?
I don't think I was ready to stop yet. I think to be honest, I went to rehab, which this is terribly selfish of me, but I went to rehab just to shut my parents up, And, I pretty much got my stuff together for 30 days, got my car back, kind of got some trust back, and then was off running again. Mm-hmm. And then the second time I went to rehab was when I finally decided that I'm going to die if I don't go to rehab, because, I was having major chest pains, staying up for days on end, seeing shadow people, not being able to eat. I'm at about 180 right now. I got down to about 125. And I look like there was something wrong with me.
Yeah, you look like you had AIDS.
Yes, thank you.
What were the withdrawals like?
Well, can I tell you why the second time it actually worked? Well, the whole reason why I think I stayed clean the second time when I went to rehab was because when I got out of rehab, I actually kept going to meetings. I actually kept doing what they told me to do. Okay. I moved into a sober living home. I didn't go back to where I lived. I stayed out in Temecula, and for the next 3 to 6 months. I think in the next 6 months, my social life was going to NA meetings or AA meetings and hanging out with people who are in recovery. I was so into my recovery. On my 21st birthday, when I was clean, I went to Las Vegas with my dad and my uncles and did not drink at all. Even though my problem wasn't alcohol, I still didn't drink, like, because, you know, that's what they say in NA, alcohol's a drug, period, and, like, you know, I just didn't want to risk it, but that's how into my sobriety I was.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Thanks, Daly. Okay.